This is The Issue, and I am the Ghetto Man. Today's issue, American fascism. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Let's look at unpaid content for a second. Sometimes these fake accounts are pulled down, but the fake story takes the false claims of widespread voter fraud, for example, generated by these accounts have spread thousands of times, often picked up by legitimate news accounts. What do you do to flag that? What do you sense is your responsibility? And before any of you answer, let me just note this, that if we're asking is, are we still in this situation? As of just a short time ago, and I'm talking about when this meeting started, on Twitter, if you clicked on the hashtag NYC terrorist attack, which is, quote, trending, marked with a red button saying, quote, live, the top tweet links to an InfoWars story with the headline, Imam, I warned de Blasio about New York City terror. He was too busy bashing Trump. This is a real-time example of when we talk about this information being weaponized. How quickly can you act, and what's your responsibility to set the record straight so that the people who saw this know that it's fake news, and at least at some point in time it can't keep spreading like some sort of virus through the legitimate world?
That's something we're thinking about all the time, because it's a bad user experience, and we don't want to be known as a platform for that. In your example, for instance, the system self-corrected. That shouldn't be the first tweet you see anymore. It should be a USA article. The last time I checked,
but
USA,
you saw this.
USA Today at lunch. I did, yeah, and I also saw the system correct it.
Can you give me a really good guess on how long it was top?
We can follow up with you and your staff on that, and I don't have the stat in front of me, so I don't know. But we're, like we said earlier, trying to balance, free speech with making the information you see on the system, especially around trends that we direct you to. So if you're clicking on a hashtag, we want to make sure you're seeing verified accounts and accurate information and reporting. Sometimes it doesn't work as we intended.
If liberty means anything at all, it means the right to tell people what they do not want to hear. George Orwell from his book 1984. Okay, you just watched the clip. And in that clip, you heard Congressman, I call him Piggly Quigley. You heard Congressman Piggly Quigley ask a corporation, Twitter, to censor InfoWars and Alex Jones for fake news. Okay, this Congressman, Mike Piggly Quigley, he's on the House Intelligence Committee up there at the U.S. Capitol. Now, the first thing that I want to say about this clip, as Piggly Quigley, he takes it upon himself, arbitrarily, to identify InfoWars as fake news. I mean, I don't know how you can even have a definition of fake news, because there is no legal definition of fake news. I mean, we're all out here in a free society. When we hear something, it's always best that we take the time to check out the source, make sure that what we're reading is in fact correct. I mean, that's up to us. If we're free people, we shouldn't have to depend on anyone to do that for us. So for Congressman Piggly Quigley to refer to InfoWars as fake news, this is something that he has come up with. This is a decision that he's determined. There has been no case filed in the court against Alex Jones for fake news. There's been no trial. There's been no found liable for anything. There hasn't been anything to even determine whether or not anything that Alex Jones is saying is in fact fake or isn't fake. any more than there is in any of the other organizations like CNN, Fox News, or any of them. So anyway, arbitrarily, this Piggly Quigley decides it's fake news. And let's just back up for 1 second. Let's go back to the First Amendment, where it says Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press. First, 5 words. Congress shall make no law. Okay, they can make no law whatsoever. Quigley knows that. Quigley knows that Congress can't make a law that would abridge Alex Jones' right to freedom of speech or of the press. So what he's doing is that he is merging, he's cooperating, he's working with a corporation. I mean, Twitter, everybody says, well, they're so-called private company, and they can go ahead and set up rules and whatnot to, control what type of content is displayed on their forums. Well, the very definition of fascism is when you incorporate the state, the government, the state, and corporations merge together. Now, Quigley, because he's part of the state, he can't on his own or even by any act of Congress, pass a law that would abridge Alex Jones's freedom of speech or freedom of press. He can't do that. So what he's going to do, he's going to go through a creature of the state, the corporation, Twitter. Twitter is a creature of the state. The state is the one that created it. It created its charter. The state has a right to look into its charter to see what it's doing. It's got to make sure that all the contracts that the corporation is making is in compliance with the charter. The state is actually a partner with the corporation. Now, what they're trying to do here is Quigley is trying to say, well, I can't as a public servant, I can't sit here and violate Alex Jones' constitutional rights. I can't discriminate against him because the government is forbidden under the Bill of Rights. So what I'm asking you, Twitter, is I'm asking you to do what the government can't do, and that is censor or discriminate against Alex Jones arbitrarily by calling his news outlet fake news. Now, what's interesting is when you see that, you can see a total collaboration. That is a merger with a state, with the corporation, and the state is using the corporation to do that which the state cannot do. And this is what I have been explaining in the last 4 videos. I've been trying to show you how the corporation is, in fact, an extension of government, and this is the prime example of it. And what really got me is that this so-called private company is, if you listen to Twitter in this video, is almost apologetic. And he informs Piggly Quigley, who is the government, that the system corrected itself and removed InfoWars from the top trending story. Basically saying, we've already taken care of that problem. We've already censored him for you, government. This is why I put out the video that corporations can't discriminate. This is exactly what I'm talking about. And when Quigley, Piggly Quigley, whatever you want to call him, and the Twitter executive, and I don't know his name, I didn't even take the time to find out, their conversation on public television, on C-SPAN, the state asking the corporation to do that, to censor, to discriminate Alex Jones through a corporation, through its creation. The discussion itself is totally unconstitutional. And it's an act of treason. It's clearly an act of treason. I mean, these two entities, the government and the creation of the government, the corporation, are colluding together. They're collaborating. And what are they doing? They're collaborating for the purpose of to violate Alex Jones's and InfoWars constitutionally protected right as a U.S. citizen and as a business, as a competitive business for that matter. And they're doing this, and they're doing it out in the open. Now, can you imagine if this is what they'll do out in the open in front of us, that they'll sit here and on C-SPAN, you can hear a conspiracy, government conspiring with a corporation to discriminate against a citizen's constitutionally protected rights. Now, if they'll do that out in the open, right in front of all of us, what do you think they do behind closed doors? Piggly Quigley is a traitor. This man has no right to be in Congress. And then to sit there arbitrarily accusing somebody of something that he doesn't like and has no authority under the Constitution to prohibit, colluding, conspiring with Twitter, a corporation, a creature of the state, a partner of the state, to do that which the government can't do. This is what fascism is. Fascism is the merger of state and corporation. And here you're watching it on national TV. In front of the entire world, you're watching fascism in action. Fascism isn't what Antifa, these people dressed up in black with their faces covered and chanting all these communist chants, that they're the anti-fascism. That isn't what fascism is all about. Fascism is what you saw on C-SPAN between Twitter and Piggly Quigley. The merger of state and corporations. And I've been trying to get this clear. Now, this example, you can't get any clearer than this. As a open conspiracy, an open and direct conspiracy to violate a citizen's constitutionally protected rights, and doing so through a corporation, saying that the corporation can operate as a private entity and can set up rules that can control what is said or what's not said on their forum. This is ridiculous. Corporations are incorporated for the benefit of the public. They're there to benefit the public, not to be a wall and to curtail people's constitutionally protected rights and to form opinions. Since they're a creature of the state and they have a charter and they can't operate outside of that charter, the government can't create a charter that allows a corporation to openly and notoriously violate any citizen's constitutional rights. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say about this. I am the Ghetto Man. Thank you for watching. And if you're politically correct, then you're legally wrong. And if you're not part of the solution, then you are the problem. Please subscribe to my channel. Please share.